Hi everyone, welcome back to Fem Health Talk with me, Kellen Mudhoni. And in today's episode, I would like us to look at the menstrual cycle. I want us to explore the four phases of the menstrual cycle, understanding the hormonal changes, the physical changes, and the emotional changes that a woman will undergo throughout the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is a naturally occurring process in a woman. It is stimulated by various hormones, and basically, it just prepares the woman or the female body to for pregnancy. Rather, it prepares the female body for pregnancy. So, the moment a girl gets her first period, or what we refer to as menarche is the first period that a girl gets, and it usually happens around ages 9 to 15 years is when most girls will get their first period, and this signifies that their reproductive system is now mature and they can get pregnant. And so this episode is going to be very important for the adolescent girls, mothers to adolescent girls, or sisters to adolescent girls, to help them navigate puberty, because it really comes with a lot of changes. And if at all you do not understand the changes and why they occur, you might judge the girl so harshly. You might see as if she's moody, sometimes she's stubborn. All of a sudden, she's sad and crying for no good reason, and you do not understand why. But it's not her fault. Her body is just changing, and we need to understand this because even us, as grown women, we also undergo these four phases every single month. The average length of the menstrual cycle is around 28 days, which means that it can range between 21 days and 35 days. So the average length of a menstrual cycle is 28 days. So the first day of the menstrual cycle is the first day that a woman gets her period. So if you get your period today, that is day one of the cycle, and you will count day one, day two, day three, day four until the next period, until the day one of the next period. So that will be the menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle has four phases, and I would like us to look at them. The first phase is the menstrual phase. The menstrual phase is basically the first 5 days of the cycle where a woman now experiences her menses or her period. And during the menstrual phase, a woman feels fatigued. Fatigued meaning that they're just tired. You just don't want to do anything, you're just tired. The menstrual phase is also characterized by bloating, or rather kufura tumbo. Some women experience bad bloating. Others experience cramps, menstrual cramps, ranging from severe to mild. I'm going to talk about this in the next episode. So please, after this, just watch the episode after this. Also, the other physical change that goes on during menstrual phase is headaches, sometimes lower back pain, sometimes tender nipples, and these are the common characteristics, physical characteristics of the menstrual phase. So the emotional characteristics, you feel sad, you feel irritable meaning that very slight things annoy you. You just don't want loud music, you don't want people talking to you, you just want to keep to yourself, and that is normal. That is what menstrual phase, the 1 to 5 days of menstruation, how that is what you'll feel like. Yeah. So next we have the follicular phase. The follicular phase follows right after the menstrual phase. It is usually around day 6 to day 13, and it is characterized by a rise in estrogen hormone and a rise in follicle stimulating hormone. So these two hormones just prepare the body for the release of the egg, or rather for ovulation. So the characteristics of the follicular phase is a sudden burst of energy. The woman now feels so energetic. You feel this happy mood. Your skin is smooth, it is glowing, you look amazing, and you feel this energy. You can even go to the gym. You can even do laundry that you have been postponing for such a long time. You will wash shoes, you'll wash your curtains, you'll wash your carpet. Just it is just characterized by this sudden burst of energy. You feel energetic, you feel optimistic. That is the characteristics of the follicular phase. So next we have the ovulation phase. The ovulation phase typically goes from around day 13 to around day 18. Day 14 being the day that the egg is going to be released. Yeah, so in most cycles, when you start counting from 1 to day 28, day 14 is when ovulation takes place. And during the ovulation phase, this means that now the egg is mature and now it is released. And it is stimulated by luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone just makes the follicle burst, releasing the ova. And now the ova travels from the ovary to the fallopian tube, awaiting fertilization. So again, the ovulation phase comes with a lot of physical and emotional changes. So number one, you're also going to have increased energy. And the most common characteristic of the ovulation phase is increased libido or sexual appetite. So this is the period where a woman gets such high sex drive. And so I want us to understand this and also support our adolescent girls, because all of a sudden she does not understand why she's finding members of the opposite sex or men attractive. You'll notice that around this time is where she's going to now start engaging in those flirty texts with the boyfriend, or rather sitting with boyfriends, and all of a sudden she's now attracted to members of the opposite sex. So ladies, it is normal to have high libido during the ovulation phase. It's basically your body telling you that the egg needs to be fertilized. So do not be alarmed. So the ovulation phase means that the woman is very, very fertile and they can get pregnant. And so for the adolescent girls, this is not the period now to start mingling with boys, because your body has this high libido, high sex drive, and if you end up having unprotected sex, you will get pregnant. So advise adolescent girls that during ovulation phase, steer clear of boys. Do not be in private places with boys. Hang around girls, hang around like places where you are not alone in private with boys, to avoid unplanned pregnancies at a very, very young age. So the final phase of the menstrual cycle is called the luteal phase, and it's around day 18 to 28. And so it is characterized by an increase in progesterone hormone. Progesterone is produced by the ovaries, and the progesterone hormone now prepares the endometrium for implantation. So if implantation does not happen, the levels of progesterone now drops. And now this is characterized by low energy, irritability, this sudden feeling of sadness, and that is when a woman experiences what we call PMS, premenstrual syndrome. So during the luteal phase, all of a sudden the woman is dull. She does not want anything. The jokes are not funny anymore. She just wants to lay in bed and just be by herself. Sometimes just before the period comes, you'll also find that the woman now gets some depressive episodes. She will start crying and feeling lethargic. You don't want to do anything. It is very, very normal. So again, for the adolescent girls, this is the time they don't want to be talked to a lot. As a parent or an older sibling, you might think that she's being moody, she's being rude for no good reason. She does not want company. She just wants to be in her earphones, just locking the whole world away. But this is her body telling her that, hey, you know, progesterone has dropped. So we just feel moody. We just feel irritable. We just want to be left alone. And it is completely normal. So once this period ends, now the menstrual phase begins. So we start with the menstrual phase, the first 5 days. Then we go to the follicular phase. Then we go to the ovulation phase, and finally the luteal phase, and the cycle continues. So it is very important to understand your calendar and to understand these phases. And so you can have your own personal calendar on your notebook or on your phone. And the moment you get your period, now you mark it as period day 1. And then now you start tracking your period until day 28 or the next period. And you're going to and see whether you're going to get all these changes during your menstrual cycle. So nowadays, it's even easier. You don't even have to mark days on your calendar. You can just download an application. And once you fill in day one of your menstrual period, the application predicts now those four phases of the menstrual cycle. So it will tell you, hey, you are on day one of your cycle. This is what you should be feeling. Uh, Again, you are on your ovulation day. This is what you probably are feeling, and it really, really gives you a good sort of feeling or that sense of self-awareness that all of us women should be feeling. So thank you so much for watching this episode to the end. We have empowered ourselves with the knowledge and facts about our menstrual cycle. Please join me in the next episode where we'll talk about the menstrual phase in details. Stay tuned. Bye.